What's up, YouTube? So I said I was going to do shootout comparison type video, and here's my first one. So this is going to be a shootout of the plastic pro performance, like pro, not pro, the plastic modern performance yo-yos between 16 and $20. So basically, I'll be reviewing what I consider to be a pretty good conglomeration of all the most popular ones in the 16 to $20 range. So yo-yos that start at $16 and end at $20. So let's get started. I'm going to kind of run through them in order of cheapest to most expensive. So start at 16, get to $20. So without further ado, the first one and the least expensive one on that I have here and that I'm going to do is the ReplayPro. Now you can get this responsive for $15. But this is the unresponsive Pro version. This yo-yo is pretty great, actually. Out of all the yo-yos I'm going to kind of run through here today, this is the only one that has won a national title, I believe. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. But this is Gentry Stein's plastic yo-yo that he helped design with YoyoFactory. And even though it's been out a few years in comparison to some of the rest of these, it still kind of holds up. For $16, this is still awesome. You're not gonna find any plastic yo-yos for $16 that play this well. You're just not. Hell, you're not gonna find this plays better than some like of the cheaper, older like MagicYoyos and stuff like that. So I really do like the ReplayPro. It's kind of heavy, which I like. I feel like as a new player. When I first got this as a newer player, I wanted, like, that heaviness was comforting to me. Like, it felt good to throw. There was like it felt like there was something on the string, and I really liked that. So still a good option even though it's a couple years old. The only downside I would say to this, and really, is its construction method. There's it's all plastic molded here, and there's a bolt in there that you screw the axle in there. I feel like that's kind of, that's not as modern of a performance construction as some of these other ones, so that's maybe sort of where it holds it back. But at $16, it's still the least expensive one, and I really feel like the performance is up there for $16. Awesome, good price on this. I have two. Comes in a ton of awesome colorways, and if I was to get another one in a different colorway, I would probably still be pretty happy with it. So ReplayPro is the first one. Next one, this is $17, and this is the Duncan Freehand Pro. This is the most recent Duncan Freehand. There's a whole series of these, and this is the newest one. This came out in 2016. I would put the performance about on par with the ReplayPro. It's pretty similar as far as performance is concerned. This one's a lot lighter though. I think the ReplayPro is closer to about 70 grams, and this one's about 64 grams or so, maybe even a little bit lighter than that. So it's much lighter. And even though it's lighter, it's still just about as stable as the ReplayPro is, even though there's a pretty big weight difference here. So these the kind of the downsides that I would say is that all the Duncan Freehand stuff all has these side caps, and that's the thing that they do, and these are interchangeable, and you can find them with different caps and what have you. And that's just part of the series, and they're just clipped in there so that you can clip them out and put up different caps in or put weight rings in or whatever. That kind of makes the yo-yo vibe pretty hard. Now that doesn't really affect the play, luckily. But it's something to be aware of. Also, another thing I didn't like is out of the package, you kind of really do have to crank down on this one to get it to play well. Out of the package, it's a little bit loose. Like, you really should tighten it up, but don't tighten it too much or you'll break it. There we go. Pull it apart. Big long axle there, as you can see. It's kind of a more modern construction where they put the bearing seat set it into the yo-yo. It's not just plastic there. You screw the axle right into that, and let's not do that. Otherwise, pretty awesome. This, like I said, it's $1 more expensive. I believe this one's $17, so it's $1 more expensive than the ReplayPro, and it comes with a counterweight. It comes with a dice that matches. for the extra dollar, you get a counterweight. Like I said, the play is about on par with the ReplayPro, so I'm pretty happy with the cost coming in at like 17. And the nice thing about Duncan and YoyoFactory is that you can kind of find them. As you can see, the diameters are pretty similar too. You can kind of, you can always sort of find a sale. So if it's like, oh well, if I get 15% off or whatever, these end up closer to $10. But Freehand Pro, also cool yo-yo. I enjoy it. Like I said, it vibes a little bit because of the side caps, but it's got more modern construction. Performance is about on par with the ReplayPro. Only $1 difference in price there. The next one is the newest of the bunch of yo-yos that I'll be reviewing or going through today, and I just did a review on this. This is the Speedaholic 2. In being the newest, it's also got the most modern construction, and it benefits from that. At $18, this thing is awesome. Performance is ahead of both of these. This performs better than both of these. I don't want to say by a lot, but by a pretty significant margin. This plays probably about on the same level as a lot of the budget metal, $30-$40 metal yo-yos. Plays a lot nicer than a lot of like the cheaper Chinese import yo-yos. Super good. Downsides, not that it has a ton of downsides because it's kind of new and it plays really well, is that it's kind of a if you already have like a Big Dipper, the shape's pretty similar. It's a little smaller, but this is very comparable to the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is a little smoother. I'm not reviewing the Big Dipper. I'm not putting the Big Dipper into this category because it's more than $20. But it's very similar to that. It's got these cool finger spin cup hubs, but because it's a shiny plastic, you could throw the finger spin and get them a little bit. But if you get a little bit off, you're gonna hit the. I suck at finger spins. If you don't suck at finger spins, you will be able to finger spin on this. It's not as super easy as, say, the MagicYoyo Skyva is to do finger spins on. So anyway, but this is awesome. This is new, and if you like plastic yo-yos, this is one of the best performing plastic yo-yos under $20. Probably this is the best plastic yo-yo performing under $20. So at $20, there's a bunch in that price range, but this is the best one under 20. Next one that I forgot to get out is gonna be. I had mentioned finger spins and what have you, and the next one is the MagicYoyo Skyva. Now, the Speedaholic is heavier than the Skyva is, and the Skyva comes in at $20 or $19.99 or whatever. This is heavier than the Skyva, and I feel like it's more stable, and it's a better performing yo-yo because of it. In my Skyva review, I had said that to my taste, it would be a little more. I feel like it would be a little more stable if it was a little heavier and get a little bit better spin time. But that's sort of a preference thing. This is kind of. I wish the Skyva weighed as much as this does, but all that being said, this is still a great yo-yo. It's super stable for what it is. Like I said, it's a better performing yo-yo than these two, by a little bit, and it's kind of got its little finger spin hub gimmick. This is the yo-yo to finger spin on. Even I suck at finger spins, and even I can do them on this. This is the yo-yo to finger spin on. I know everybody has one of these, and it comes in a bunch of different colors now because it's been out a little while. It plays, like I said, like I said in my review of it, plays very similarly, like as far as construction is concerned, to like the way the Big Dipper would play in that very like smooth construction. These other ones have like metal, like aluminum inserts, but the inserts in this one appear to be a similar like brass insert, same type of way that the inserts are in the Big Dipper and the Yeti. So it's more of a brass insert for the that's molded into the plastic, as opposed to an aluminum one like in the Freehand. And I believe this is aluminum too, but it's like the insert comes all the way through. Like that's the same piece of metal as the one that's, or it's actually plastic, or I don't know what that is, but that's all the same axle supported molded thing. So, but it comes out to the other side. This doesn't. This is machined plastic there. But what can I say about the Skyva that hasn't already been said? If you don't have one, you should probably get one because it's the finger spin yo-yo. I feel like that gimmick kind of takes away from. It could have been a little bit better performing if it was a little heavier, but I know they had to kind of design this cup in such a way that it was the yo-yo for finger spins. So Skyva's at $20. I would say performance is a little less than this, but it's better at finger spins if you're into that because of the machined cup there. Next one I'm going to talk about is the YoyoFactory DayDream. This is similarly constructed to the ReplayPro. I feel like it doesn't play as well as the ReplayPro. It plays pretty well, and there's a lot of guys that like it. It's kind of a gimmicky yo-yo because it's monstrous. It's not really very comfortable to hold, and it kind of needs some tuning. Like you need to twist it around a little bit, throw it a bit, just to try to kind of get it right in the sweet spot of where it's smooth enough and it's not vibing real hard. The gap is kind of thin on these, and I have two because I got one in a mystery box. And the gap is kind of thin, and you can catch it catches the string on the pads there because the pads are just sit flush on the yo-yo, and so I'm not. This isn't my favorite yo-yo. I'll put it that way. That being said, it's not a terrible yo-yo. It's $20. I feel like that's a little bit expensive. If it was $16, like the ReplayPro was, it's basically just the same construction, just a different shape than the ReplayPro. I kind of feel like that's sort of more maybe where the performance falls in line at that $16 price point, as opposed to the $20 price point, which is where it sits now. This is still the ReplayPro is still a better performing yo-yo. I feel like the shape has a lot to do with that, though. That and these caps are plastic, and these are like not hard plastic, so maybe that has something to do with it too. But not the worst yo-yo, but certainly, in my opinion, not something that stacks up to the rest of these. As far as that's concerned. But if you like the way it looks, it comes in a lot of awesome colors. This like fire marble is really cool, and it looks really good because of how big this yo-yo is. So there's other benefits to it too. It looks good in the case. I say that for as much, and people want to pick it up when they see it because they're like, if you take it to club or whatever, like, oh, I want to try that, and it's okay, and it's not like it's an awful yo-yo, but it's just it's not my favorite. I'll put it that way. Next thing is going to be the Recess First Base. Now this is also $20. With this yo-yo, I feel like it's sort of, I don't want to say it's at a disadvantage because the market for it is different. This is supposed to be, as the name entails, your first beginner yo-yo. It comes responsive. It comes with a center track bearing to go unresponsive once you're ready for that. That being said, it performs very, very well. I would say the performance is on par with the MagicYoyo Skyva, which is great. Good for them. Awesome. Good job, Recess. It looks good. I like these clear yo-yos. I think they look cool. All the colors look cool, and I think they're coming out with more colors soon, maybe? I think I heard that through the grapevine. Might be wrong. But definitely a solid player. As far as the construction of this bad boy is concerned, very similar to the other ones. It's kind of got the little brass insert there, like the Skyva does, and kind of has a little step up, which I like there. Just all around good yo-yo. It's organic shaped, so comfortable to hold, comfortable for beginners, and that's really what it's designed for, is to be your beginner to pro level performing yo-yo. It's a little bit light for my tastes. I think it's like about 65 grams. So about similar weight to the Skyva, I believe. So a little bit light on that. I feel like if I go too fast with it, I kind of end up, it just kind of floats off. But it's not for fast combos and stuff. This is your first base. This is your, get this for all your nieces and nephews and all that stuff, because that's what this is for. So cool yo-yo, kind of in a different realm as the other ones, because it's meant to be kind of for beginners to advance. and doesn't have sort of the gimmick that that the Skyva has, but still pretty cool, and a lot of people really like this. Last but not least, this didn't used to be $20, but now it is $20, and this is the YoyoFactory Protostar. This used to be $35. You can still find it for $35 in other places, but on the YoyoFactory site and on Yo-Yo Expert, it's knocked down to $20. So at $20, this yo-yo is awesome. It's been out forever. I think it's been out for 8 years. It comes in a zillion colors, and the performance is great. This performs as well as most metal yo-yos, period. It just does. Anything you look at or they talk about for the Protostar is going to say, yeah, it performs just as well as most metal yo-yos. Now the downside of this is it's been out forever, and construction methods have changed a lot since this has been released. So with that being said, I'm kind of take it apart here, show you what I'm talking about. It's got the death grip spacers that YoyoFactory used back in the day. And some of the construction is a little bit different. Now, this isn't all plastic. That is an aluminum ring right there to add weight and stability to the outer rim. And it really works. Works really, really well for that. As you can see, death grip spacer on top of the bearing here. So I can get it in light. There we go. Yeah, death grip spacers. They don't come apart. Well, they do, but you have to like kind of pry them apart. And that inserts into a little bolt in there, and that's how the yo-yo comes together. That being said, I would say the performance of this is right up there with the Speedaholic. It's different entirely. The Speedaholic's a very organic shape, and this is the super popular star shape, being that it's the Protostar. So this is the star shape, and that's sort of an organic shape. But I would put these on similar levels of performance. This doesn't have any gimmicks. This is just, hey, let's make a plastic yo-yo that plays great, and it's held up for like 7 or 8 years as a great playing plastic yo-yo. And at $20, it's still a great playing plastic yo-yo, and it comes in a zillion colors, and they look cool. I wouldn't mind having 2 or 3 more of these. But this is the new hotness. For $18, this plays just as well as the Protostar. It took 7 years to get there, I guess, to be in the. Although this just came down in price, but this plays every bit as good as the Protostar, and the Protostar plays great. So basically, that's it. As far as my favorites are concerned, if you can't already guess. Because this is new, it's kind of still got that new twinkliness to it, but I still kind of carry a Protostar pretty often. This is sort of my go-to the mall yo-yo, and it goes to the mall with me every time we go. We take the kids. It's just, this is great for 20, but this is also great for 18, and looking forward to whatever YoyoFactory puts out this year. I've seen little Instagram videos of a new plastic that's coming out soon. Hopefully it's in this. It looks like it might be in the same vein as this. But anyway, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think. Did I miss any? I think I've got everything in the $15 to $20 price range, but it's possible that I missed something. Something like obscure. These are just the kind of most, these seem to be the most readily available. But like and subscribe if you haven't already. Tell me about it in the comments. I am going to do a giveaway once I get to 500 subs. I just will. I know we're not exactly there yet. We're still only about halfway there. But I'm going to do a giveaway once we get to 500 subs. Still not sure what that's going to be yet, but got a couple things in the works, so should be pretty cool. But thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Cheers to you. Coffee. And we'll see you next time.